Today in the boot guide, we are looking at the classic Hunter Wellington. Over 125 requests for this boot. Now, I gotta say something about that, okay? I know it's not you guys who are the working guys who are requesting these. It's you guys who look at this as being a part of your fashion repertoire, your fashion, whatever it is. You wanna know whether or not this is a good place to put your money, and so you're asking me because, well, I guess you trust me, and hey, listen, I'm happy about that. So, let me give you a rundown on the basic Hunter boot, okay? As always, I am going to start with the sole. Now, as far as Wellingtons go, as far as this caliber of Wellingtons go, the thing you gotta know about the Hunter boot, the basic Hunter boot, is that it does have a really good sole. As long as you're buying English-made Hunters. If you're buying the cheap stuff from Target, trust me, the sole and the whole building of the boot is just complete garbage, so do not confuse one for the other. If you're only buying it so you have the Hunter logo out in the open so people can see you're wearing Hunter boots, then you probably don't really care about what I have to say about the boot in this video. The sole is probably one of the best out there, next to Le Chameau and Lacrosse and brands like that that make this type of pull-on boot. Yeah, the soles on these Hunter boots are excellent. Now, about the whole vulcanization, the whole process that's going on here, yeah, they've done a great job. Their mixture on the rubbers, on the way they put this thing together, the way they have the carbon added to their material makes it exceptionally comfortable and really long wearing. Now, the thing about these Hunters is as long as you can keep them somewhat clean, somewhat, you know, you take care of them. You hose them off when you're done. Don't throw them away in a dark closet when they're full of mud, especially if the mud that you get on this boot is mixed with any sort of animal shit or anything like that, because it's the acids and the fats and all that that are gonna break down this boot eventually. So keep your Hunters hosed off, and they're gonna last a really long time, because that's where they really put a lot of the engineering into it, is creating this material that they're famous for. Now, about the overall construction, the way they piece these things together, I gotta say, it's like a big puzzle. When you actually watch a video from the company of them cutting the boot, and then when you see them building it around the last, yeah, it's pretty damn cool. And when you run your hand down inside the boot and you start to feel the welds and the places where they've put the pieces together, where they've reinforced all those pieces together, yeah, that's pretty interesting. And just the whole process on how they get this material to work with the pieces that are cut out is really damn cool. All right, so now if your question is, in my opinion, is this a good place to put your money? There's not much more to say about this. There's size and fit and stuff like that, but let's get right to that. Is this a good place to put your money? Yeah, it's great if this is what you're looking for, if this is what you need. If you need a Wellington in order to get out of your Range Rover, great boot. If you need a Wellington in order to go dig holes all day long, probably not the best boot. So guys that are working a farm, guys that got to kick shovels and climb stuff, this is not where you're going to be looking for a quality boot. But if you're somebody, just say, I don't know, working around the house, let's just say you've got a huge property and you're just walking it and you really don't want to wear a pair of Serve Us rubber boots, or you don't want to wear a pair of cheap rubber boots that you're going to pick up at your local farm store, or you're going to pick up at a Walmart or something, and you've got the money to spend on a pair of rubber boots, I'd say go with the Hunter. Especially the classic model, because it's a little bit heavier duty than some of the other stuff that's out there. Some of the hunting boots, some of the upland boots that are like this that come across in the same realm, the Barbaros, the Le Chamois, the Hunter, all those things, Land Rover, it all kind of falls together. All those brand names, all that branding kind of falls together. Well, out of that whole gang of brands, Hunter's is still the superior boot that's out there. All right, size and fit. Now, sizing a pair of these is a really tough thing. If you've got really fat calves, if you're one of those guys out there who's just got calves that are just monstrous and huge, you're probably not gonna be able to get these on and off with any sort of ease. You're gonna need a boot puller, believe it or not. Even I have a hard time getting these things on and off, and I've got skinny little legs. So that's where understanding your size. So it's not so much about your foot size, but then again it is, right? I mean, you got to understand these are only coming in full sizes. So if you're a 10.5, you're buying an 11. Quite honestly, if you're buying this in 11 and you're just going to wear it around, you're going to be fine. But if you're planning on putting some miles into this, like if you actually plan on walking fields in this thing, you might want to go from, if you're a 10.5, you might want to go up to 12 and think about putting a more supportive insole, because remember, this is size and fit. Inside, there's really no support. And I speak about that idea of support and where I'm coming from based on work boots and based on hiking boots and stuff where we actually get support from. Though there is an arch, there is a nice heel cup, it's all built into this boot, we're still not looking at something that is really supportive. And it kind of shows. The first time you put them on, you're going to feel like they're kind of sloppy and just kind of just your foot sloshing around inside there. That's how rubber boots feel. That's how basic, and this is a basic rubber boot, that's how basic rubber boots are going to feel. All right, so let's get to the one thing that I really did not like about this boot, and that's the fact that there's no shank to this. There's no support from your heel to your forefoot. As we're used to seeing in all our work boots and all our other boots, you put something in there, there doesn't seem to be anything in there. I'm flexing that thing around like, look at that. There's no shank in there. I think that's really important. Personally, when it comes to any boot, because you never know what you're going to do. You're never going to know where you're going to end up throughout the day. At least you should have something that supports your foot. Now, if you're a type of guy that runs around in thongs and flip-flops and stuff like that, you obviously don't feel the same way I do about supporting your feet, because you probably don't come into many situations where you need to have your foot supported. But that's the one thing I don't like. I love the sole. I love the construction. I hate the fact that there's not a shank in there, even a piece of fiberglass. Now, with that being said, they might not have enough structure inside here in the basic model to support a shank, but it would be really nice. It would make this a more practical and feasible all-season rubber rain boot. Hey, if you currently own a pair of these, if you're a guy and you wear hunter boots on a regular basis, please comment below. Let other guys who actually had the questions, who kept asking me to review this boot, let's answer some of their questions. They might come back up on the comment section below. So if you're a guy who wears these and you see a question, you got the answer to it, please answer that question. I'll try to do my best, but you wear them every day. I'm sure you've got a better answer than I do. Hey, if you're enjoying my videos so far, don't forget you can click those links below, the buy me a beer or buy me a cup of coffee link. A lot of you guys have been doing it. A lot of you guys have been keeping me stocked in beer and coffee throughout the weekend. Hey guys, I love you for it. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, you're enjoying the videos, hey, throw me a couple bucks, click the links below. Hey guys, don't forget you can always follow me on Instagram. Instagram is my main way of communicating back and forth with you guys, of answering the questions you got about boots. If you're buying something new, if you're gonna try something out, find me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, ask me all the questions you want on Instagram. I try to get back to you as quick as possible, but I'm always on Instagram. I'm always posting photos from my day at work, so you're gonna see some interesting stuff and you're gonna see the new product that's coming through that I'm about to review. All right guys, until the next time, I'm the boot guy answering questions about the hunter boot. Thanks a lot for watching. Hey guys, I just want to thank everybody who has clicked the PayPal button below, the Buy Me a Beer button. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh man, thanks again.